I just sat here and talked for 20 minutes. And Final Cut decided to crash and delete it. So, hey again. I already said all this, and now we're going to re-say it. Which is great. Actually, I'm going to do a quick test. I'm going to close this and make sure it doesn't freaking explode. Hang on. Anyway, let's get right into it. It's been 7 months since I posted a video. That's a very long time. And the last video I posted was rebooting this freaking channel, and I didn't do it, and let's talk about why. I have thought about this a lot. I have a job right now. I work in a machine shop. The job I'm doing in said machine shop right now is very boring. I have a lot of time to think in my own head because of COVID, we're really slow. I really like this job, and there's a lot of opportunity for me to grow where I am. So I've seen the future, and I'm excited about it. It's a bit of a change from what I did previously, which was video production. But yeah, I've been thinking about my channel and video creating at work a lot lately because I want to get back into it. And it's been a difficult thing. About 2 years ago, it's almost 2 years, I quit video production professionally. And it's made it difficult to come back to doing it for fun. I can't do it for fun anymore. I've tried. Like I'd work all day in video and come home to make videos. That's how much I liked it. I went to school for 3 years to do video and I can't do it. And another thing we have to deal with, and it's something I'm realizing as an adult, my voice does this. It gets gravelly if I talk too long. I can't fix it. It's not a water thing. I'm broken. So yeah, 3 years in college, and then I graduated, obviously. So after college, I got a job working in video production professionally at a small company that wasn't too far from where I lived. It was just me and the guy that hired me. We were a 2-person team for a long time. And in that time, things were great. We did a lot of videos, like marketing videos for one specific client, and we got a couple other things that trickled in, and it was enough to keep us going. And then things picked up. We hired another person. Things were really good for a while. It got to the point where there were 4 of us working together. There were 4 of us working together, and things were really good. So in the 7 years, about the 4 or 5 year mark is kind of where I hit my peak, where things were probably their best. And then it started to kind of go downhill, and I'm going to explain that as to why. So when you work something and do something professionally for a period of time, you get to a point where you feel like you should know what you're doing. Like, I've done this for 5 years. I should have some sort of idea of what I'm doing. And after 5 years of working in video, I did not feel that. You have to remember that in a creative field, there is no right and wrong. There is no, yes, this is correct, this is wrong. It's all about opinion. It's a subjective thing. Like, this person might like it, this person might not. That's just how art is. So I started to really struggle with this because I would be told to do something. I would do the thing. Here's the brief. Here's what I think you should do. And for whatever reason, whatever they said, I seemed to misinterpret it. I would be like, okay, here's what I think you did. This is what you wanted. And they'd be like, yes and no. I don't love this. And then you'll go, no problem. I'll fix it. Like, this is what I do. I'm an editor. I started getting into producing near the end too, which guess what? Fucking hate it. I hate producing. So when you work for someone, now I was originally self-employed and then became an employee of the company. So now everything I do, my supervisor kind of has final say, and that is fine. That is part of it. That's part of working for a creative business. What I create is not the final product. They have final say. There would be times I would work on something. I've been told to work on something. Okay, I'm doing it. I spend like 20 hours. We'd look at the rough cut. This is looking great. Keep going. Okay, I can do that. So I kept going. We get into like the 30-hour mark of time. We look at it again. A couple tweaks, fine. Now we're getting to the final. Closer. You're like, you know what? I think we need to change these 2 things around. I think we need to do this, and you have to kind of do this. So now we've gone from tweaks to major changes near the end. This is what would kill me. Like, to find out something you were doing right and then suddenly it's wrong. And there would be times where it'd be like, okay, we're going to change this and this and this. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to how you had it before. Okay. It got to the point, it got so bad that I stopped caring. Like, and I understand, again, this is part of working in a creative job. We got to the peak of the 5 years and we went down on a bit of a hill, and then it was a hard drop that I didn't want to do this anymore. Like, I was done. Like, I had no creative interest in anything we were doing, and it wasn't working. It was to the point where I would just throw something together. I wouldn't put much thought into it. I'd be like, okay, here you go. And then, because I'm like, you're gonna fucking change it anyway. It doesn't matter. I stopped caring completely. And when I started to feel this way, it made everything else hard. Like, I didn't want to do YouTube anymore. I didn't care. And after 8 years, you feel like you should be at a point where this isn't happening anymore. Like, we should be, either I should know what you're saying, or we should be on the same page. Especially with the company I worked with. I seem to be missing something, and that's what it felt like. And maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Like, you do the thing, they tell you to change it, and it's fine. It just didn't work for me anymore. I was done. So I negotiated sort of a situation where I could leave the company and kind of as a layoff, because we were slow anyway. Like, it worked out timing wise. So I went and I found a job about 6-7 months later working in a machine shop, which hilariously I make about the same money. And I've only been there a year and a few months. And here's the difference as to why this sort of working as, like, I'm an assembler, I build very specialized parts. Like, we're not talking about on an assembly line. I'm talking about here's what I have to build. I have to build 20 of them. So either you build it right or you build it wrong. There is no, you know what? I see you've done like 6 of these, but I think we should take this part and move it over here. And I'm gonna need you to go back through and change all of them, because I think it looks better. This is about function. They function. That's the thing. They perform a task. It's either right or wrong. If it's right, the QA guy goes, good, ship them. I did a good job. I win that day. If they're wrong, they're wrong. And then you go, okay, easy. I now know that that's wrong and I won't do it again. With the creative world, that's not how it works. It could be wrong this time, right the next time, and nothing is the same. Anyway, if you're currently working a creative job and having a hard time, I'm just like taking criticism. It's a thing. And that's what's made it difficult now to do video. Criticism has become a huge problem for me. And instead of me being okay with it, I get fucking mad. I'm like mad about it. And I'm like, why? And it's just the reaction I immediately have to criticism. And it's been very difficult to post videos on the internet, just like even these ones, these little vlogs, like just talking. Because I'd go back and watch it and I'm like, oh, I don't love how I look. I don't love what I said there. And I'd really start to question everything. And like, I've made videos in that 7-month period since my last one and just didn't post them because I didn't feel confident in myself. Like, I cared too much, I suppose, and was worried about what people might say. This video is kind of trying to break that curse. And I've got some other ideas for a whole other channel I've been kind of picking away at and kind of getting excited about it again. But in summary, creative burnout is a thing. And it freaking sucks. And it lasted way longer than I thought it was going to. Now, I think the pandemic kind of added some fuel to that fire. Because I started dealing with some interesting anxieties. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm really hoping that maybe we can post a bit more regularly now. Maybe this will break the curse of creative burnout, but we'll see. I will hopefully post one more before the holidays. Or like New Year's. Because 2022 is looking like a lot of fun. Right? Omicron? It's great. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again real soon.